Man, I'm gonna be quite honest. I'm not one with making full prediction videos, but I'll tell you right now, if there's two fights I'm going to talk about, it's gonna be the main event and the co-main event. And let's get to the main event itself. The lightweight title is on the line, people. We're getting Islam Makhachev facing on Dustin Poirier. All the odds are against Dustin Poirier right now. I mean, stylistically, this is a horrible matchup for him. It's Islam Makhachev. He could basically do it all. He could take you to the ground and maul you there, and if you fuck around and find out, you'll take a head kick to the chin while you're at it. But like I said, Dustin Poirier in title fights does not have a good track record. I mean, he's lost to Khabib. He missed his chance against Charles. He's notoriously known for bottling these big moments. But Dustin Poirier in his recent press run, he looks more confident than ever. Usually when you see Dustin Poirier in a fight week with this magnitude for a title, you don't really see him, let's just say, very confident. He looks more frail. He looks more worried. He looks a lot more tense. But this time around, it's do or die, baby. He just looks like it's his last opportunity, and he's fully set on that. And he looks very confident. And if there's one place Dustin Poirier could get the better of Islam is on the feet. I mean, Dustin Poirier, for a 155er, he has a lot of power. Dustin is very good at setting up that right hand. So if we see that come to life, that might be his only chance at victory here. But there's a lot of other great qualities that Dustin has that he could use against Islam. His jab is very vital for him. The way he possesses leg kicks is pretty decent, even when he checks them. It should be hard for Islam to get him towards the clinch in the beginning of the fight, especially how patient Dustin has been lately. He's been a lot more poised, a lot more calm in his fights, so we should see that help him throughout this fight. But Islam is just too good, and if the way we saw Benoit take down Dustin, don't be surprised if we see that worse with Islam. And Islam is like a little leech. He's gonna hold you in that corner. He's gonna make sure you're breathing hard as shit to get you down and use all of your energy possible, and he's just gonna suck you in there and beat the crap out of you in the ground. And that's just going to be the way Dustin's going to have to win this fight. It's got to be by knockout. If you're going to win, you got to get the champion out of there. Because if this fight goes to a decision, as much as Poirier has a decent gas tank, the energy he's going to use in this fight, it's not going to withstand until the later rounds. So it's going to have to be a knockout here for Poirier. Unless somehow, some way, he gets the lucky guillotine he's always been going for his whole career. And that would be a surreal moment if he got that guillotine to win the title of all things. But, man, let's be real here. I highly doubt it. And I think Islam's going to finish him personally. And everybody talking about this crap about these superstitions on how Islam has staff. And even how Paulo Costa's in the card, and every time he's fought in the card with a champion, the champion is lost. And even with the one how Dustin Poirier is undefeated in June. Come on, man. He ain't June flight, bro.
Fight team stand up. It's June.
As I said, I just see Islam winning it. He's gonna prove a point against Poirier, and I don't think there's much Poirier is gonna be able to do. I'm gonna say Islam's gonna win. Third round submission, just like Khabib did a couple years ago against Dustin, and it's gonna be pretty identical. We get on to the main event, people. The two biggest trolls in the MMA scene. We got Paulo Costa, the man with the secret juice, facing off Strickland, America's own. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I love Paulo Costa. I'm Brazilian myself. But this is a horrible matchup for him. And I'm happy to see him active. But he did not look great against Robert Whittaker. The only thing he had going for him was that head kick that he pulled off against Robert Whittaker. And even then, he got super tired. And Robert Whittaker took complete advantage of that and won the fight because of that. Paulo Costa's output in his last couple of fights have not been the same as when he started in the UFC. He's been having a lot more lower output, and meaning he can't really do enough damage in his fights. He has power in him. He's got that one-punch KO power, but the output has been so little. It's hard to see that come out. And him fighting a 5-round fight with Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland has cardio. Don't get it twisted. He's very chinny, and he can't fight backwards. But don't expect Paulo Costa to push the pace and make Sean Strickland stand behind his jab. It's not going to happen. If anything, Sean Strickland's going to push the pace. He's going to tap him up. He's going to box him out. And he's going to tear him apart. I don't see Paulo Costa doing much. Even with him being active, it just looks inevitable. It looks inevitable for him to win. I highly doubt it will happen. I think Sean Strickland will win by decision. If not, maybe get a late KO and call the fight. And if he wins, he's got to get a title shot. There is no reason for Sean Strickland not to be fighting for the title. Look, I get it. He beat Izzy. And the fights before that are questionable. But that DDP fight was so close. We need that fight to get ran back again. Whether it's with DDP or with Israel Adesanya. If Israel Adesanya wins, you know he's going to want to avenge that loss to Sean Strickland. It's Izzy. He's the pettiest dude in the MMA scene, in the UFC roster. That's just how Israel Adesanya rolls. And for Robert Whittaker and Khamzat Chimaev to run that for the consensus #1 contender, to me is pretty stupid. Look, I don't think Robert Whittaker should fight for the title if Israel wins or if DDP wins. He's lost to both of them. And if Khamzat wins, yes, that's pretty fresh. But is he really that deserving of it? Compared to Sean Strickland? Nah, man, get out of here. Like, Khamzat still has a lot more to do, and it's going to be difficult for him to win. But to the point, Sean Strickland is going to win this fight. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll hold that accountable. But I'm rooting for Makhachev. But I just think there's nothing he could do to beat Sean Strickland in this fight. Unless Sean Strickland manages to mess up, which I don't see happening on Saturday. He has been on a tear of a run in his last 2 fights, and he's looking really good, and I just don't see that changing. So let me know what y'all think. Will Paulo Costa win? Will Sean Strickland win? And who will take the lightweight title? We'll find out soon. So anyways, good game, boys. Catch you later. Deuces.